The world is talking about and waiting for a 30-day complete ceasefire in Ukraine, in the air, on land, and at sea. Zelensky has agreed to this. Now it's Putin's turn, and the American delegation has set off. Putin took a notable step yesterday, leaving us to ponder what he is really thinking. He has continued to reinforce the image of uncertainty and unpredictability until the very last moment. We are now in the 4th year of the war in Ukraine. While we often see Zelensky in camouflage, yesterday was the first time Putin wore it. He put on military attire and went to Kursk. Where is Kursk? It's a Russian territory that has been under Ukrainian occupation for 7 months. This city is among the most significant near the Ukrainian border. For 7 months, Russia has faced defeat here. It's somewhat of a disgrace, a significant problem as they couldn't expel Ukrainian troops from their territory. But what happened? The United States is looking to punish Ukraine right after it stopped sharing military intelligence and cut off arms support to bring them to the negotiating table. Russian soldiers made rapid progress here very quickly. They infiltrated and struck Ukrainian troops from behind, and yesterday Putin went there and declared this: Ukrainian soldiers in Kursk are now completely surrounded. 86% of the city has been reclaimed, and just look at how small the remaining area is. Perhaps it's only a matter of days before Kursk is fully taken back from Ukraine. Putin, dressed in that uniform, presents a rather intriguing image, don't you think? Clearly this is a setup, and it sends a crucial message. While everyone is waiting for Russia's ceasefire response today, dressed like a soldier, he stated that our work isn't done yet. Kursk comes first. And as we mentioned, he gave the command for Kursk's total liberation, stating that this alone is insufficient. Along the Ukraine-Russia border, we will establish a safe zone, a buffer zone, to prevent this from happening again. He says it's the first occupation of Russian land since World War II, and he wants to avoid a repeat. What Putin has said regarding this issue is just as significant as what he has left unsaid. He even referred to the ceasefire. Even though Trump stated he is waiting for Russia to accept that he is waiting for the ball in their court, Putin didn't even touch on the ceasefire as if such a thing wasn't on the agenda. So, what did Trump say? Trump also answered reporters' questions at the White House and said this: our delegation has set out. Ukraine accepted that it was the problematic side. Now they are acknowledging it. I want Russia to accept it too. He said he gets positive messages, but they don't matter much. This is serious. They should accept it. Journalists are asking, what will happen if they don't accept? Will sanctions be implemented? Trump is somewhat escalating his rhetoric on this matter, sounding a bit threatening, but he quickly adds that we could inflict severe damage on the Russian economy. We can do terrible things. We could ruin everything. However, he quickly adds that he doesn't wish to do that. Don't force this. Yes, I want peace. Just look at how harsh Zelensky has been towards Ukraine, making statements and labeling Putin a dictator. At least until he clearly understands what Putin is thinking, he remains moderate. It's like the saying that a madman hides his stick when he sees another madman. That's really their relationship. He made such statements and spoke more moderately, but Ukraine was the tough side, and that's not true anymore. He used expressions indicating that there is a situation that could lead to a third world war. Well, everyone is asking, what will happen? What options does Russia have? Recently, Putin made a statement in June where he outlined the terms for negotiations. It's quite clear whether these have changed or not. He says this: Ukrainian soldiers will withdraw from Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and every other place currently occupied by Russia. Naturally, Ukraine rejects this. Moreover, Ukraine will officially announce its withdrawal from NATO membership, and this will be documented in writing. Unless these conditions change, why should we negotiate? We are already the victors and the stronger party. If this meeting happens today, Russia may demand that our conditions for negotiation be satisfied first. There is also a possibility of requesting a guarantee from America. You will not arm Ukraine. They might also express their desire for Ukraine to be disarmed regardless. If these conditions are met, Trump's situation will undoubtedly become very challenging. He will have to impose serious pressure on Russia, facing a tough diplomatic test. Today's meeting could be described as a dark stain in the history of diplomacy at the White House, with a leader who has faced humiliation. We have witnessed his humiliation, right? The real test of Trump's team's diplomacy will show itself today. By humiliating the leader of a country that relies on you, while it's simple to pull a weak leader to your side, how will you manage to influence a powerful leader in both military and diplomatic arenas? How will you attract them to your side? It is understood that Putin does not genuinely wish to lose America, but rather aims to win Trump. Thus, we have entered the minutes and hours that we are eagerly waiting for. We don't know how long it will take, what will happen, or how it will end. We know that Putin has proven to be very strong. He has shown a desire to keep fighting, but the capture of Kursk might have been a concession that America gave to Russia. Perhaps they can settle for this. Many uncertainties and scenarios exist.